The Birmingham Open had given everyone exactly what they came for. Rain delays that tested patience down to its last thread. A second-set scare against Kareeva that had 25,000 people collectively forgetting how to breathe. A quarter-final grind against Manankia Sawanki that went the distance and took everything Ila had to close. Philippine flags filling every section of Edgbaston Priory Club from the ground level to the highest row. The chant of Laban bouncing off the glass roof and coming back louder each time, as though the stadium itself was answering. The final was set. The story was built. 2 hours and 37 minutes of championship grass court tennis had unfolded, and Alex Ila was standing at the baseline at 5-5 in the third set, 1 point away from the biggest title of her grass court career. Everything was exactly as it should be. And then, at 6:15 p.m. on a Saturday evening in Birmingham, England, the script got an extra scene that nobody, not the tournament director, not the security staff, not the commentators with their 30 years of experience, not the 25,000 fans with their phones raised, had written into it. Within hours, the footage had been watched by 100 million people. This is what happened. The match that built the stage before the chaos, the tennis. 'Cause it deserves its full moment. Alex Ila versus Nicola Barčanová. Her friend, her former doubles partner, the woman with whom she had shared a heartbreaking first-round doubles exit just 6 days earlier at this same tournament. The specific cruelty and beauty of that matchup was not lost on anyone inside the stadium. Two players who knew each other's games with the intimacy that only comes from sharing a court together, from practicing side by side, from sitting across dinner tables and laughing about the same things. And now, on opposite sides of the net, trying to end each other's tournament. The first set was a war that neither player could pull away from. Breaks traded. Patterns disrupted. The chemistry built during their doubles partnership visible in every extended rally. Each of them reading the other just slightly too well for either to build a comfortable lead. At 5-5, Barčanová found her moment. Broke for 6-5 and held serve to take the opening set 7-5. The Philippine flags that had been waving with absolute certainty went briefly, unmistakably still. The second set began even worse. Barčanová broke immediately in the opening game. Her Czech coach leaning forward in his chair with a barely concealed expression of a man who could sense history forming around him. The flags dropped further. The chants thinned to anxious quiet. Ila had been in this place before. Down 2-5 against Kareeva in the second round. Down 0-2 in the second set of this very final. Each time the same response. Not panic. Not adjustment so dramatic it became its own problem. Just a return, steady, deliberate, certain, to the tennis that had carried her to this moment. She broke back immediately. Leveled at 1-1. Then from 2-2 she surged, winning 4 of the next 5 games to close the second set 6-3 in 38 minutes. The flags rose again. The chants returned. Third set. Everything in it. Ila's serve, historically a point of vulnerability in pressure situations, transformed into something else entirely under the championship lights. She held against double break points at 1-2. Overcame 0-30 to break Barčanová and push ahead 4-2. The stadium began to lean forward as 25,000 people simultaneously sensing the finish line. Barčanová refused. Clawed back from 3-5 to 5-5. The flags went still again. The chants dropped back to whispers. And Alex Ila walked to the baseline to serve at 5-5 in the third set of the biggest match of her grass court life. Championship point arrived after a 12-shot rally. Long, tense, two players trading blows with a particular intensity of people who know each other too well to make careless mistakes. Ila came to the net. Bold decision. Desperate lob from Barčanová. Sailing just beyond the baseline. Advantage Ila. 1 point from the title. And that is precisely when reality decided the afternoon needed one more character. The man in the orange shirt, a figure emerged from the stands. Not a ball kid. Not a line judge. Not a tournament official with a message for the umpire. A young man in a bright orange shirt, moving with the committed, irreversible velocity of someone who has crossed the threshold of a decision and left all hesitation on the other side of it. He vaulted the barrier at the edge of the court. landed on the grass, and ran. Security responded immediately, but the intruder had a head start and the particular acceleration that adrenaline provides to people doing something they cannot take back. He wove between the players and the umpire's chair. Weaved, actually, with a coordination that suggested this had been at least partially rehearsed in his imagination, and reached the net. He stopped, turned to face 25,000 people, and pulled off his shirt. Painted across his chest, in letters large enough to be read from the back rows of the stadium, were 4 words: Alex, Murray, me. The silence. And then the stadium, 1 full second of complete, collective 25,000-person silence. The kind of silence that descends when an entire crowd receives the same piece of information simultaneously and needs a shared moment to process it before any individual response becomes possible. Then the security guards tackled him to the grass. And Edgbaston Priory Club erupted. Not in the sharp, urgent commotion of a genuine security threat. Not in the tense, worried energy of a crowd that fears someone might be in danger. In laughter. Full, uncontrollable tears at the corner's laughter, the kind that arrives when something so thoroughly exceeds the range of anything you were prepared for that your body's only available response is to completely surrender to the absurdity of it. Barchanova, across the net from Ela, doubled over at the baseline, both hands on her knees, head down, shoulders shaking with the helpless laughter of someone who has entirely lost the ability to maintain the composure a WTA final technically requires. Ela stood at the baseline, racket still raised from the last point, expression cycling through shock, disbelief, and a losing battle against the smile that was clearly determined to exist regardless of her feelings on the matter. She fought it. She genuinely, visibly fought it. The smile won. Even the chair umpire, a stern official with decades of service and the carefully cultivated expression of someone professionally trained to react to nothing, cracked. A small, helpless, entirely human smile crossing a face that had remained neutral through 2.5 hours of championship tennis. The security guards dragged the intruder through the players' tunnel. The heavy doors swung shut. His voice could reportedly still be heard from the corridor beyond. "I love you, Alex." The court was clear. Play could resume. But first, a moment. Did that actually happen? A fan in the front rows whispered to the person beside her, one hand still pressed over her mouth. "I think so," came the reply. "I think a man just proposed to Alex Ela in the middle of the Birmingham Open final." Was a short, disbelieving laugh. "Only in Birmingham." In the commentary booth, a broadcaster who had spent 30 years preparing for any eventuality the sport could produce attempted to locate his professional register. "Ladies and gentlemen, I have seen rain delays, racket smashes, coaching controversies, and fans removed for excessive noise. I have never, in 30 years of covering this sport, seen a marriage proposal during a championship point." His co-commentator watching the camera zoom in on Ela's expression. "And from the looks of it, neither has she." 100 million views in hours. The clip was uploaded while the players were still standing on court. Grainy in places, shaky in places. Shot from a dozen different angles by fans whose hands were trembling with laughter mid-recording. But unmistakable in every single version. The orange shirt, the vault, the sprint, the net stop, the shirt removal, the 4 words, the tackle, and 25,000 people losing their composure simultaneously. 100 million views. Before the trophy presentation had finished, the hashtag Birmingham proposal hit #1, simultaneously. In the Philippines, the United Kingdom, the United States, Australia, and Canada. Fans who had tuned in for tennis found themselves sharing a clip that had nothing to do with tennis and everything to do with the particular, unrepeatable joy of something genuinely unexpected happening in public. From Manila, "I was watching with my whole family. We were so nervous. And then this man runs onto the court in an orange shirt and proposes. We couldn't stop laughing for 10 minutes straight. I don't even care about the score anymore. This is the greatest moment in tennis history." Another. "Only Alex Ela could inspire someone to sprint onto center court during a championship final and propose to her in front of 25,000 people. That's not just tennis. That's a whole entire movement." A third, watching the security footage on loop. "The guards got him so fast, but you could see Alex smiling. She was fighting it with everything she had. But she was smiling. That's our champion right there. The memes arrived within the hour and kept arriving for days. The image of the intruder being tackled appeared in famous paintings, Hollywood movie scenes, historical photographs, and Renaissance artwork. One viral post, shared over 2 million times, showed the security team dragging him off the grass with the caption, "When you realize she's ranked 37 spots above your confidence level." The official Birmingham Open account posted a photo of the empty centre court. "We've seen a lot of unforgettable moments at Edgbaston Priory Club. This one might be the most unforgettable of all. Hashtag Birmingham Proposal." What Alex Ela did next here is the part that tells you exactly who she is. She walked back to the baseline, still shaking her head, still fighting that smile, and losing that fight with exactly the grace you would expect from someone who has spent 2 hours and 37 minutes demonstrating grace under far more difficult circumstances. She bounced the ball. Once, twice. The same ritual, the same rhythm, the same pre-serve process that had carried her through rain delays and broken curses and third sets that had no business being as close as they were. She served, won the next 2 games, closed the match, lifted the trophy, 5-7, 6-3, 7-5. Her second WTA 125 title, claimed in front of 25,000 people who will be telling this particular story for the rest of their lives. Her post-match press conference arrived still visibly amused. "I've never experienced anything like that. I was trying to focus, but when he took off his shirt and I saw what it said, I almost completely lost it." Was a smile she made no effort to suppress. "I'm flattered, but I'm focused on tennis right now. Sorry, mystery man." An hour after the trophy presentation, her Instagram post went live. A photo of herself holding the trophy. The caption in its entirety, "I said no to the proposal, but yes to the trophy. Laban." 5 million likes. Within hours. The intruder's identity was never released to the public. His place in Birmingham Open history, however, was secured permanently the moment those 4 words were revealed on a grass court in the middle of a championship final at 6:15 p.m. on a Saturday evening in England. Why this moment mattered beyond the laughs. The Birmingham Open will be remembered for many things that deserve to be remembered. For the quality of tennis across 5 matches from a player who refused, repeatedly, demonstrably in front of witnesses, to fold when folding was the easiest available option. For the Filipino supporters who crossed borders and time zones and oceans to fill an intimate English grass court club with noise and color, and something that felt less like a sporting event and more like a declaration. For the broken curse. For the third set. For the moment Ela dropped to the grass and covered her face and let 25,000 people see the weight of 2 years finally lifting. And for a man in an orange shirt who chose the most public, most dramatic, most irreversible possible moment to make his feelings known. In its own completely unplanned, utterly unrepeatable way. That moment captured something true about what made this tournament worth experiencing. Tennis is a serious sport. The athletes are serious people operating under genuine pressure with real consequences attached to every point. The work is immense and the stakes are real. Just sometimes something happens that cuts through all of it. Something that reminds every player and every official and every person in every seat that sport, at its heart, is still a human thing. Unpredictable. Chaotic. Capable of producing moments that no broadcast team anticipated and no highlight reel fully captures. A man in an orange shirt gave Birmingham 2026 one of those moments. Alex Ela, to her eternal credit, took one look at those 4 words painted across his chest, smiled, shook her head, bounced the ball twice, and served out the championship. Laban always. And mystery man. Next time maybe wait until after the match point.